Hello, everybody. Happy New Year and happy to the first official workday of 2022. It's very exciting. I'm so excited for what 2022 will bring for me and hopefully for you. I'm just going to give everybody a minute. So if you are looking to attend live, which I'm not sure based on everybody's schedules if this is going to work out, I did go ahead and post this into featured. So it's up there. And then there's also the guide that I created inside the group that will walk you through the 10-day marketing boot camp. So you should see hopefully a post that has this live video in it, which should make it easier for you to find and jump in. So we'll go ahead and get started. You're welcome to go ahead and ask any questions that you might have along the way in the comments. So please feel free to do that. Again, my name is Kendra Corman. I am so happy that you've decided to join me today as we continue to move through the boot camp and creating a strong marketing plan for you to be even more successful in 2022. So thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I don't know who this is. So if you are, since you're in Facebook, you can enable StreamYard to see your name. You just have to click in the comments. So if you're on a desktop, I think it should be above. And then I think if you're on mobile, it's over to the side. And you just enable it and then I can see your picture. So thank you so much. Happy Monday and thanks for joining. So today is about your why. So yesterday we talked about non-negotiables. So before we even get into planning, let's figure out what was important to you, right? So hopefully you've had a chance to take a look at that. If not, no worries. You're exactly where you need to be in this. I know there's a lot of people that are always feeling like they are behind in different things like this. There's no behind in any of this. I'm going to leave this up until the end of March. So hopefully that will help you there. And then also, so we went from non-negotiables, which is all about you, self-care, relationships, and in your business. And now we're moving into your why. Why do you do what you do? So in the guide and in the workbook, there's a link to Simon Sinek's Golden Circle TED Talk. It's been quite a few years. It's a little bit old school, but it was an amazing TED Talk that I watched probably 8 years ago now. Wow, it's been so long. He gave it in 2009. And basically, his thought process is that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. He talks about Martin Luther King Jr. and the fact that he had a dream. He didn't have a plan, he had a dream. He talks about the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers made it into the history books, not because they had the most amount of money or the most amount of support, but because they had a passion for flight. Talks about Apple versus Dell, both computer companies, right? But they're different. And their why is what makes them different. So we're going to start with your why. Now, one of the things that I like to talk about is the fact that you don't want to do business with everybody that needs what you do. You want to do business with people who believe what you believe. That is really what Simon Sinek talks about. And I am a big proponent of that because I think personally it makes everything a lot easier when you all believe the same thing. And it should be reflected in your mission. Your mission can share your why. So just to give you a couple example missions that I love. So Google is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Think about that. That covers YouTube, that covers Google Analytics, that covers Google Search Console, that covers Google Search, that covers Google AdWords. It covers everything that they do because they are organizing the world's information and making it universally accessible and useful. Pretty neat, huh? Mary Kay, I love this one. To enrich the lives of women around the world. It's pretty impactful, and why they do what they do, isn't it? And so having these missions really reflect their why. My mission at H Consulting has always been to help small businesses and nonprofits achieve their goals. That's it. I've always wanted to help organizations achieve their goals. I should have affordably in there because that was always one of my big things that I always wanted to have in there. But again, just a lot of really good things and good ways to think about how you do what you do and why you do it. So think about what your mission is. Think about your why. That should be reflected in everything. All your conversations, your pricing model, who you are should be reflected by your why. So I'd love to hear what your whys are, and there will be a post in the guide for you to add in your comments, and I'd love to hear it. And if you already know your why, you can enter it below in the comments, and I can bring it up on screen too for those of you who are attending live. And thank you for making time to be here live. I appreciate it. While you're thinking about your why, I also encourage you to think about brand values. So one of my favorites is to talk about Tylenol. So I think most people heard on October 5th, 1982, Tylenol recalled more than $100 million in caplets and replaced them just to make sure people were safe. This was before recalls were a big deal. And it was something that they did because it was the right thing to do. How often do we hear that? I feel like we hear it less and less. I'd like to hear it more and more. But Johnson & Johnson has a credo, and whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't really matter. But their credo is that we believe our first responsibility is to the patients, doctors, and nurses, to mothers and fathers, and all others who use their products and services. In meeting their needs, everything they do must be of high quality. We must constantly strive to provide value, reduce our costs, and maintain reasonable prices. Customers' orders must be serviced promptly and accurately. Our business partners must have an opportunity to make a fair profit. And then they talk about how they're responsible for their employees who work with them throughout the world, and that they're responsible to the communities in which they live and work, and to the world as a community as all. And then their final responsibility is to their stockholders. Yes, business must make a sound profit. We must experiment with new ideas. Research must be carried on. And they talk about all of this stuff. And I think it's just a really neat thing to see somebody fulfill what they're talking about through a credo like that. So, again, I'm going to share that, again, I loved what Tylenol did. But again, I don't have my own credo. I probably could write one up, but that takes too much time sometimes, right? I do have a mission. I have brand values. My brand values are marketing expertise should be affordable to all sizes of organizations. I believe in putting my customers first, always. I believe in providing quality work with the highest level of integrity. I am passionate about marketing and my clients' businesses. I am an extension of their team. I am dedicated to learning. I love, love, love to learn. Believe in winning for our clients and for us. And we believe in doing more with less. Those are my brand values. So as you're thinking about who you are, why you do what you do, if you have a mission, great. If you want to write one, or if you want to just write a sentence about why it is you do what you do. Why are you passionate about it? Maybe you're a real estate agent or a realtor. Why do you do what you do? Maybe you're like Brenda Meller, who's a LinkedIn coach and trainer and author of, I think I've got her book right back there. It's at the top there, Social Media Pie. An author, why does Brenda do what she does? thinking about all of the different people in this group and all of the different things that you do. One of our new members is a nature photographer. Okay, so why do you take pictures of nature? What do you find in it that gives you that passion? And why do you want to share it with the world? So again, so start by asking yourself, one, what do you do? Okay. Then I want you to say, so what? Why are you passionate about it? Why do you do what you do? Okay. And then that will help connect your work and a little bit of a mission, which again will show through with what you do. And then you can create a mission if you choose. And of course, define your brand values. And then these are what you can post up on your wall. You can put it anywhere you want, but this should fuel your content, your marketing, even like the graphics that you create should all well back to this. So today, again, as we get energized, tomorrow is all about goals. So we've done non-negotiables. Today is all about your why, and tomorrow is all about same time, same place. I want to say same bat time, same bat channel for those of you who are older like me. And we want to go ahead and move into goals tomorrow. Okay, so as we move into goals, we're going to be talking about what your targets are for the year. And we're going to talk about SMART objectives. I'm sure you've heard the term before. We're going to talk about it again. And we're going to discuss your 5 to 7 goals for the year. We really only want 5 to 7 goals because that way we can focus on them and not lose track of them. And then the next day, we're going to break those down into quarterly goals. And because I think there's so many people that just forget what their goals are for the year. When, think about New Year's resolutions, when someone wants to lose, 100 pounds, it's just a huge chunk to do off. But if it's 25 pounds this quarter, well, all of a sudden that's a little bit more manageable and it feels like you're not going to put it off and things like that. So just something to think about as we're moving forward through this. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. If you're watching the replay, thanks for joining me and watching the replay. If you have any questions at all as we go through this boot camp, feel free again to message me. You can post a note in the comments of the video, or you can direct message me through Facebook, whatever's going to work easiest for you. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your Monday.